Evening all. Just getting the YouTube comments up for the live folk. I don't want YouTube family. No, that YouTube Red or whatever it is, the ad-free stuff, doesn't really bother me, to be honest. Excuse me. Right. I haven't done the title properly on this. Oh well, we'll get it all done afterwards. Just wait a couple of minutes. Well, we won't. We'll just get straight on with it, so the people who are watching the playback aren't just waiting around. So, slight change of plan. I agreed last night that I was going to do the City Boiz, like kombucha cider stout from Utile and a couple of other companies, but I realised it's Cloudwater's 6th birthday today, and they're actually doing a live stream as we speak. So if you want proper content, then go over to Cloudwater's YouTube page. But so I thought it makes sense. I've got a Cloudwater coffee beer, which is very highly regarded. So it's going to hopefully end Coffee Birthday Beer Week on a high. But it's also just to, it makes sense. It's all fallen into place. Plus, I've got a feeling I'm going to enjoy this a lot more than that. And apologies if I've got stuff in my teeth. I just had half of an Asda pizza for like such good value. Not the most flavoursome of pizzas, it has to be said, but hey ho, it is what it is. So we've got Neil Parkin. Evening from around the corner. Evening, Neil. Hope you've got some nice brews on the go at the moment. And James Rothwell said, with a W. James Rothwell says, hi, Peter. Hi, guys. Thank you for joining me. Hope you're both doing well. Hope you've got something nice to drink if you're drinking tonight. Because the work week starts again tomorrow. I'm actually back in the office. But apparently it's been quite dead in work, so I'll probably be given more holidays anyway. But the sort of sit-down backdrop is coming along slightly. Got rid of those horrific mirrors and I've put some frames up. My plan is just the walls are going to be covered in framed pictures and art. Even though it's such a small space, it should make it a little bit cozy. I might put some fairy lights up and stuff as well. But thank you for joining me. And as you can see, you could say I'm a little bit of a fan of Cloudwater. And to think that they're 6 years old now is just, and how far they've come to be basically being one of the, what was I going to say? One of the most well-loved breweries in the UK. Of course, a lot of people always go back to version 3 of their IPA series. That was a turning point, which I suppose it was. But I think Cloudwater have just consistently brewed interesting beers anyway. But their IPAs, double IPAs, and their triple IPAs, which they're churning out now, some of the best in the UK. In a great beer city, you've got Track, who are equally as good. In fact, again, one of the best breweries in the UK. You've got the likes of Runaway, really underrated. They did a gorgeous stout with Cloudwater as part of their sort of like independent retailer initiative, which was called Enter the Dragon. In fact, I think it's Stout Sunday today, isn't it, as well? So I think I've uploaded Track and Poyala's Lost at Sea. So there's a fair bit of content tonight. But yeah, there's some great breweries in Manchester, great bars, great pubs. It's got good history as well. And I think what Paul and the rest of the Cloudwater gang have achieved is it's fantastic, isn't it? And I've even got one of the family and friends glasses. Never been to any of the, nearly dropped it, never been to any of the family and friends festivals. But I can't remember, I think I was in I was in Manchester, went to Cloudwater, obviously, and picked up some cans. I saw that they were selling these glasses, so I thought, you know what, I'll pick one up. Lovely, lovely design on this glass. It is a bit small, though. More of a taster, obviously. But, yeah, what is it with me in small glasses? And I don't know where my other Cloudwater glass has gone, with the Gold Leaf Craftmaster. Very impractical as a drinking vessel if you're not at a festival or a bottle show. But yeah, I've got a thing for glassware, although I need to get rid of some that I just don't use. So yeah, very much becoming something I never thought it would be, a bit of a beer ponce. But anyway, so I hope everyone's had a lovely weekend. It's Valentine's Day as well. Yeah, been a bit of a funny day in that regard. I sort of lost my head for a little bit today, even though what is Valentine's Day? It's a shallow sort of, would we say, holiday? But I don't know. Sometimes things hit you slightly, even though I've never really, when I've been able to celebrate Valentine's Day, I've always been with someone who's had like mutual agreement. It's like, well, it shouldn't every day be like this. But I hope if you have been celebrating and you're lucky enough that you've had a lovely day with you and yours. And if not, I know some people are having a really hard time, just in general. But as always the case, you can get through it. And if you do need someone to talk to, there is someone out there. Which I actually did some of that. I've been meaning to do all week and actually donated to a charity today. It was only 20 quid, but you know, if that 20 quid can at least like go towards getting the team a coffee, or paying for going towards paper supplies, or the upkeep of having a phone line and web chat and stuff, then it's a good thing, really. Donated to Calm, which is the campaign against living miserably, not the sleeping app, which is also good for mental health, I suppose. But yeah, it's been a real key factor of this week, and just wanted to thank everyone before we get into this for the support this week in that regard. I had a really good reaction to those videos, and yeah, I hope it's managed to help at least one person, because that's what it's all about, really, just being friends and family, just coming together and being the best that you can be, and being there for people who need a shoulder to cry on, or an ear to what am I saying? You know what I'm talking about. It's a day to be celebrated. So James says, balls to work on the birthday beers. What have you got cracked open? I reviewed the double IPA in the birthday beers, and that was good. It was quite just like a sensible double IPA, really. No real bells and whistles, just very competently brewed, as you would expect. I did have a really lovely pale ale from Black Lodge, which mine and Neil's friend Adam from Mercy Beer Reviews, picked up for me on a recent order. Lovely stuff again, just simple, crisp, clean pale ale. It was just nice. Doesn't have to be, as much as I love them, massive juice bombs. Sorry, that pizza from Asda's slightly repeating on me. But let's see. Neil says, have a chalky stout and best bitter in the fermented, then dropped into Cloudwater. Back now. Yeah, it's been an interesting stream. I've been watching a little bit about it. Some of the topics that they've been talking about, and obviously going through the different beers as well. So I do really appreciate people picking the Clueless Drinker over Cloudwater, but I will definitely be rewatching the playback of the whole live stream. I love stuff like that. It's good to have in the background. The triple IPA, or as Rob from Hopscene always loves to say it, Tipper. Really good. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that triple IPA, and I'm really looking forward to the sort of triple Cascadian Dark Ales, especially that Sabro one. But yeah, anyway, back on to the beer. So, I missed this when it was first brewed, but this is Persistence's Utile Bitter Chocolate Edition number 2. So it's a coffee and bitter chocolate Imperial Stout, a decadent dessert beer combining 2 classic rich flavours, 11% ABV. And the blurb on the back says, take a long moment to experience our fruit-forward coffee Imperial Stout, infused with a Kenyan Kiang'ombe AA from our friends at Workshop Coffee. Forgot to put them in the title. I will get that all amended and include all their links in the description. I've been meaning to set up the actual event all day so I could get all the information ready, but I think I still need to put the information in the description from yesterday's stream, so I'll just after this just get that all sorted. And the because we're doing a Black Iris week starting tomorrow, I think I've still got a couple of beers that I have to review, obviously, to get them uploaded. So I'm actually on my day off on Tuesday, but I need to get up to date with thumbnails and the information that you put in videos. So, from Workshop Coffee, and a double dose of rich bitter chocolate. These are tough times, and you deserve both a treat and a pick-me-up. Could not agree more. When I got this can, picked it up from House Trembling Madness, I was a little bit concerned when I first opened it, because it's sort of coming out of the top, but the can still seems to be firm, because I've had a couple of cans. I had a couple of stouts from Weird Beard where the can was completely intact, and then I go to get it out of the out my beer cupboard, and the can's hollow, and the beer's somehow just slowly seeped from the bottom of the can. So I couldn't find any holes, so I had to get rid of 2 Weird Beard stouts. But thankfully, it seems to be all intact. It's probably just a bit of spillage as they were canning it. But yeah, lovely artwork with a photographic label, which is from Textbook Studios. I'm not sure if Paul's actually taken that photo like he does on some of his releases, but yeah, it certainly looks the part, doesn't it? 11% Imperial Stout on a Sunday evening. What more could you ask for? So yeah, happy 6th birthday to Cloudwater, and also happy Stout Sunday for anyone who takes part in that. So we'll give it a little bit of a pour. Oh, look at that. It's almost pouring silently. Oh my, look at that. Doesn't that look lovely? Especially in this glass. Yeah, that is pretty much black as night. I don't have a really reliable light source nearby, so I can't give you a full in-depth analysis of the beer's colour, but it's dark. And yeah, head dissipated really quickly, but it was almost like a milk chocolate coloured head. But yeah, it's also got that sort of like oil / ink sort of feel about it, but looks really, really tempting in the glass. So we'll give it a sniff. Oh my god. That is absolutely remarkable. It's not like really bold or in your face or intense, but you get a genuine bit of chocolate straight away. Subtle hint of a roasted coffee aroma. In fact, it's becoming a little bit more dominant on the nose. Evident, I should say. It's smelling like a chocolate coffee. Not like sweet like a mocha, but sort of like in work we've got one of those, I can't remember what the company's called, but they provide us with our vending machines and our coffee machine, and there's an espresso choc coffee, which is usually my go-to if I feel the need to pay for coffee in a workplace, but it slightly reminded me of that. A little bit of camp coffee in there as well. It's so chocolatey. It's almost got that sort of character that some Firestone Walker beers have, where it's got a bit of a coconut aroma without there being any coconut in there. I think I could just pull out so many different flavours on the nose with this, with each sniff. Oh, it's smelling so inviting. So hopefully it's going to taste just as good as it smells. Cheers, folks. And again, happy birthday, Cloudwater. That's so nice. That is absolutely wonderful. Silky smooth mouthfeel. It's oily. It's got a little bit of gloop going on in there. Velvety smooth. Really big bitter chocolate flavour throughout, especially on the back end. And again, I'm getting a little bit of coconut. It's somehow got a dark chocolate bounty bar, but you've dipped it in a cup of coffee. No hint of the ABV on the flavour, but there is a subtle warmth. Still dangerously easy drinking. There's a little bit of fruitiness coming from the coffee as well. It's amazing how you can get coffee beans and like ground coffee that has almost like acidic citrusy flavors, but it's also amazing how you can get like genuine chocolatey caramel flavors from coffee beans. You get like fruits of the forest flavors like berries and all sorts of stuff like that, and you're getting it in abundance with this, but it's so smooth and rounded. That coffee character is just absolutely impeccable. It really is. Probably going to dirty my nose. Look at that. It's stained the glass. Oh, I think Cloudwater have just brewed something absolutely magnificent here. It's big on flavour, but it's balanced at the same time. Didn't they do a chocolate orange version of this as well? In fact, I'm sure I have drank Persistence's Utile before. Let me just have a look. I'm sure I have. Oh, as soon as I am in the middle of typing persistent, top answer is persistent or persistence, but it's given me the first search option, persistent genital arousal disorder. Is that like being searched a lot because it's Valentine's Day? God, what a thing to suffer from. Persistent genital arousal disorder. I'm going to click on that. Causes, symptoms and treatments. Yeah, it's quite an extensive selection of videos about that. But anyway, I digress. No, I can imagine that's quite straining. No pun intended with that. Persistence, not persistent. Persistence is... Sorry for a slight diversion. Yeah, I did. I reviewed this 1 year ago. And I look a little bit slimmer there. Do you know what? I reviewed this on the 13th of February last year. And that was when it was a 10% beer. Interesting. I thought it rung a bell. Let me see if I can actually get any information. Look at that with me Eric Morecambe glasses. And much considerably lower quality video and lower quality hair. I don't actually hear myself speak. Just hold the can up to the camera, Peter. Oh, this is lovely. This is so good. Yeah, there we go. Audio reviewed this. I completely forgotten about that. I probably picked that up the same day I picked up the glass. Anyway, let's get back to the stream. Do I watch myself back? Oh, John Drinks is live at the moment, having a look at Hotel Chocolat Liqueurs. So I might pop onto that stream after I've finished up here. There we go. But yeah, this is an absolutely wonderful beer. It's just ticking all the boxes for me. It could well be. I think it slightly beats Slumber. Although that being said, I distinctly remember the coffee character in Slumber being the best coffee flavour I've ever had in a beer. I've not got my notebook to hand either. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Needless to say, we finished on a high. Very much so. Just fantastic. Their Imperial beers are just second to none. I almost feel like I should be sharing this with someone. It's just that bitter chocolate mixed with the coffee and the roasted malts just lifts it. It's well-rounded, it's smooth, it's packed full of flavour, but it's balanced. It's you know when you drink something, when you drink a beer, and you can tell that it's like purely a labour of love. That's what this is. This is just... I'm going to say cliche, this is why I like coffee beers. And I know this week has pretty much just been, it has just been dark beers. Next time we do a coffee beer week, we'll try and include a few more, sours, potential IPAs or pales, lagers. Because another Manchester-ish brewery, I'm not sure if they're in the the heart of Manchester or just in the sort of surrounding areas of Manchester city centre. But Shindig are doing absolutely gorgeous coffee dark pilsner, which I actually had on in can, which was beautiful. Picked that up from Wigan Central, I believe. But I also had it on keg at a really, typical overpriced student pub before a gig in Manchester. I think that was when I went to see Hugh Cornwell. Just absolutely beautiful stuff. It really, really is. And I think there's still a few cans floating about. And I'd imagine they'll be rebrewing this again. They have to, because this is just fantastic. It'd be interesting to see them play around with it. As said, even though I have reviewed it already, I'm not sure if they've done multiple versions of this. Because didn't they do like a Mexican hot chocolate sort of variant? I can't remember. Could be talking out my arse there. Probably am talking out my arse. I've got Craig from Kent Beer Reviews. He says, "Cheers, brother." Cheers, Craig. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you've recovered from your weekend session. Yeah, it was a bit heavy, wasn't it? Although last night wasn't too bad. Not compared to the night before. Even though I drank more last night than I did the night before, I felt much worse Saturday daytime. We got to speak to Raggy until Mr. Harry Bluenose scared him off with his introduction to Mr. Foyle. My inversion, but I think that was a mic into yes, yeah. The mine. I think I missed out on that one. I've had a few of the Mexican hot chocolate style beers. Is it Westbrook that do like a really notable one? Chili stouts can be really quite interesting. I think I've got one from 2-0. I'm going to be fucking annoyed if I've got it and it's actually got coffee in it. Or was I supposed to be getting that in the 2-0 box that got cancelled because of Brexit? I hope the latter. But yeah, if you like your coffee in beer and you like a good coffee Imperial Stout, then look no further than this. This is wonderful. It's filling now. And I am drinking it maybe a little bit too fast. But yeah, good shout on that one, James. It's amazing how you can just completely blank out different beer names. But yeah, Cloudwater have done a wonderful, wonderful job. I think I've said that about 20 times now in this review. I take a sip every time I praise Cloudwater. But yeah, so they've their 6th birthday. I thought, I keep saying sixth. English. Yeah, I was hanging yesterday. Only had 2 beers, then an early night. We'll crack a few beers later. I've got a Black Lodge in the fridge, but I'm very tempted to crack open one of the Cascadian Dark Ales from Cloudwater. But I want to be as fresh as possible for tomorrow in work. But I'll still definitely have the Black Lodge that I've got in the fridge because it's an IPA with Sabra. So why would you not? But yeah, what have you got lined up, Craig? And are you going to be doing any sort of streams or anything like that? I will not be joining any streams tonight. But I'll be sitting watching some, I think. And as said, speaking of chocolate, John Drinks is currently doing one now. And it wouldn't surprise me if people went on to there as well. And also, I think Cloudwater is still doing their birthday live stream, which is definitely worth watching. In fact, all of the Cloudwater sort of tasting live streams they've done have been really, really entertaining. I think my favourite one, it wasn't necessarily a tasting one, but it was I can never remember the guys' names because it was Paul, and then he had the guy from Track, and then the guy from Runaway, and this was like when the first lockdown had come into effect, and they were discussing about that sort of stuff, and then but yeah, it was really, really enlightening from what I can remember. Might throw alive. Well, there you go. If you want some good, consistent beer-related content this evening, then my good friend Craig from Kent Beer Reviews may be throwing on a stream, which means nothing to people who are watching this on the YouTube playback, because I don't know if it's going to be uploaded straight away, or like in some occasions where I've had to wait for hours and hours for it to show up as a playback. But yeah, anyway, so I'm gonna end the stream here. I just want to say a massive, massive thank you to anyone who's been watching these streams this week. A big, big shout out to James Rothwell for pretty much picking. And once again, Adam joins me just as I'm about to wrap up. Massive, massive thank you to James for essentially picking the beers for almost every day this week, and with messages as well on Instagram. Yeah, Instagram. It's been a bit of a weird one for me today, Instagram. I've had to remove some stories just because I wasn't in a good mindset this morning, to the point where it's actually affected someone who I care about quite a lot, and that's the last thing that I really want to be doing. But hey, you know what? Mental health has been a key factor of this week, so maybe I need to practice what I preach. And it's the perfect time to do it because lockdown, do you know what I mean? Just all the stories that you hear, and the experiences that people you know are having. It's just an absolute mindfuck. So I hope, before we obviously get into those points I've just discussed, I hope this could be seen as some form of escapism just for an hour or so, because it's definitely, as I've always said, YouTube's really therapeutic for me. Sometimes I'll do videos where I take the piss out of myself a little bit too much, or I might divulge a little bit too much about personal stuff, but you know, it's all form of therapy for me, and the community and the friends that I've gained from this, and it's what it's all about, really. I mean, yeah, subscribers are great if you can get the numbers up, but you know, even though I've probably got the least amount of subscribers in our friendship group who review beers on a regular basis, I don't fucking care, because I've met some of the best people. I've got to know an industry that I absolutely love. I'd love to be part of the brewing world on an actual professional level, and yeah, it's just so satisfying, and I love doing these live streams because of the interaction that I get from you guys who are commenting live, and then also the commenters when the playback becomes available. And yeah, I feel like I should do another question and answers video. I might do one on Tuesday or tomorrow night, because I'm off on Tuesday, so I can have a few beers again. Although I might need to just calm down slightly. But anyway, yeah, I've got quite a few beers. I'm in a privileged situation which I never really find myself in, where I've actually got a nice amount of beers to drink. But I'll still probably do more beer orders this week. I've got some art coming. I've actually bought some art, and I've actually jazzed up the wall here. Got rid of those ugly like Windows logo mirrors from IKEA. Although you can still see the remnants of where they were screwed in, but I kind of like that. I kind of like that rough detail. I'll never win awards for my leveling skills, but I'm just, as I said at the start of the stream, I'm just going to try and just cover all of my walls with different forms of art and make it look like a absolute fucking madman's bedroom. But anyway, I digress. Let's see. Evening, just opened Magic Rocks Clairvoyant, says Adam. Nice beers. Hope you're doing well, Adam. It was good to catch up with you last night and in the early hours, even though it looked very suspect that we left just as more people were joining, but I was absolutely shattered by that point. And I know if I'd have stayed online after What's His Face from Wild Weather had joined, I'd have drank more. I've already annoyed the people in the house because apparently it was loud, but I don't think I was. So I would have just been an absolute wreck this morning. Let's see. James says, my pleasure. Great week of reviews. Thank you very much, James. Very greatly appreciated, and I'm glad you've enjoyed them. I've loved every last 5 minutes I've caught live, says Adam. That's why I do live streams to escape, says Craig, who now actually pays for StreamYard, so unlimited. Mind you, is it unlimited, or do you just get a lot of hours compared to what you got on the free stuff? But yeah, that's it, isn't it? I'm not able to talk like this especially now, since you have to be resigned to your household. I don't have that many people in my actual personal life that I can just spend hours and hours and hours talking about beer, breweries, the politics of beer, the scene. So it's just great to connect. Plus, in person, I am really quite shy and introverted. So this has actually really helped me a lot on a personal level. And I've been doing YouTube videos on various channels, doing various sort of things. God, since I was like, I'm 32 now, and I'm sure I've been doing YouTube in some shape or form since I was about 18 years old, in college going into uni. I used to do vlogs, I used to do art stuff, I had my film channel. YouTube has been a consistent part of my life, which is crazy to think about it, isn't it? So it all helps me grow as a person. Do you want a cheap mini keg? Less than £20 for Cocoa Wonderland from Thornbridge. I think I've resigned to the fact that if I'm buying a mini keg, it has to be a light pale beer. Because is Cocoa Wonderland a porter or a stout? I don't think I'll be able to get through a mini keg of a stout or a porter in a significant, in like a proper time frame, because I'll end up having to pour loads out because it'll have spoiled. I kind of made that mistake, even though it was one of the best things I've ever bought when I got my mini keg of what's it called? Common Grounds from Magic Rock, the brewery who we're not allowed to like anymore. Even though people don't realise the phones that they're watching live content on are created in factories with safety nets in them, so the workers don't kill themselves while manufacturing your phones, and they're getting paid like pittance and getting beatings and living in really horrible conditions. But we won't go on any sort of political, social rants. I've already been kind of a bit in trouble because I made some pro-Trump jokes, which I don't like Donald Trump. I think he's a bit of a prick, but we all knew he wasn't going to get impeached. So I don't know why people are upset and shocked that he hasn't. It just keeps Donald Trump in the public consciousness, doesn't it? And the only person who is going to win in this whole thing is Donald Trump, because we're still talking about Donald Trump, even though he's not the president anymore. And we are probably going to see him run again in 2024. But it is what it is. I'm not an American citizen. I've got my opinions about American politics. I know there are decisions that America makes that directly affect us in the UK because we're allies with them. and there's a lot of business between us and the US. But I'm not going to lose sleep over the political situation in another country. I know America's in a little bit of a mess right now, but it's still a lot better for people than, let's say, it was 100 years ago. Always gets me that when people say, "Oh, it must have been great living all those years back when life was simpler." Oh, what you mean when disease was a lot more rampant, when your livestock could be susceptible to diseases as well, where you're sleeping on like straw, and you're dressed in rags, and it's just amazing, isn't it? Anyway, why am we talking about this? I don't want to talk about this. I want to talk about beer. But yeah, I pretty much got into a little bit of a trouble because of some of my pro-Trump comments, which were all meant tongue-in-cheek, because the guy's a dickhead. He was funny at first. It was, it's going to shape up American politics, but his last sort of like couple of months in office, he just really showed his true colours. But that being said, I don't think Joe Biden's that much better. Anyway, yeah, but the mini keg, dark beer mini kegs, I'm trying to avoid as much as possible. I mean, don't get wrong, if common grounds on mini keg, I'm going to pick it up because it's for me, it's not technically the greatest coffee beer ever. Although if you have it on cask, it's just a beautiful drinking experience. It's beautiful in all of its forms, even like the Kentucky grounds, which had it wasn't Grub in Manchester, or was it Grub? No, it wasn't. But it was one of those indoor spaces where there was like 2 or 3 food vendors. That narrowed it down to, what is that place in Manchester? I'm not sure if they still use it as a space, but I remember I was trying to find it once, and I walked into one of the entrances, and it was just artists preparing for an exhibition. So I was like, this is a bit strange. But we went there on the Manchester Piss Up. Craig will remember, and of course James, being Manchester based. Was it Grub? I'm not too sure. Can't remember. I'm so out of touch with one of my favourite haunts, Manchester, that I forgot places now. The old Grub at the Mayfield depot. Yes. So it was. Yeah, they had a really. That was just a great indoor sort of space, wasn't it? Beautiful stuff. But I like Grub where it is now as well. But let's see. I went back because I'm an animal, says Adam. So you went back onto the stream. I'll have to actually watch the stream from when I left to see what happens, because surprise, surprise, after it finished, Harry went on to one of the Facebook groups and did like 2 or 3 chugs, even though he'd consumed a little bit of prune wine. Yeah, I can imagine this is. Let's just say I can imagine Harry's being flushed out today. But yeah, you are an animal, to be fair, Adam. Craig says unlimited per month. That's good. And I struggle with mini kegs. Yeah, I mini kegs of light beers. Like I think I had a pail from Magic Rock, which went really quickly because that's so much easier to drink than a darker beer. And it was the height of summer as well when I got them. It was when Magic Rock first sort of like did a big push of selling their mini kegs. Great value though. And then at Christmas, I got the Track and Marble Bitter that they did, which was just absolutely gorgeous. That keg did not last long at all. It pretty much went in the evening. Just as soon as it was opened, it was just gone. But I also got the Stroopwafel Porter, or was it a stout from Blackjack, which was a gorgeous beer. But it's like, why have I got so much of this? It's going to take me absolutely ages. And it got to the point where when I got rid of the keg, it still had a good few quid's worth of beer in there. But I was just like, it's just too much. I fell into that trap of, I'm going to get loads of beers to save to drink over Christmas. I actually hardly drank over Christmas. I've still got that bottle of triple Carm Elliott. I've got those 2-all, like obscenely high ABV beers that I thought, perfect to open over Christmas and New Year. So I've got these beers which I've just kept, and I don't really feel like opening anytime soon. But I don't want to just have them there gathering dust. But then again, once we can actually all meet each other again, then it'd be good for bottle shares and stuff. But yeah, it's just like 5 litres of a really decadent stout. I'm going to struggle with it. I'm definitely going to be picking myself up. There's a couple of mini kegs that I do want. Well, 3 actually. 3 ones in my mind already. The Mosaic Table beer from New Barnes, because that was just beautiful. I want to get Sonoma, a mini keg of Sonoma, because that's just a wonderful, wonderful pale ale. And also Don Zoco Hellers. So those are like the 3 mini kegs that I wanna pick up. And when it gets a little bit warmer, they're going to be absolutely fantastic when we can actually go sit in the outdoor bar that we built. Yes, I'll definitely be doing that. Let's see. Yeah, James, as we said, the old grub at the Mayfield Depot. Luke Unabomber runs it now. Okay. And then Adam says, people still avoid me when we can meet. Yeah, it's just what it is, Adam. And take it very personally. No, it's just unfortunate. Last time you actually dropped stuff off, I was having a shit. I actually heard you opening the bin cupboard, but I was like, I'm in the middle of a poo. Too much information. Too much information. But yeah, hopefully on the next top drop, I'll be able to at least talk to you through the window like I'm in a care home. You never know. Or we might. It's sort of like a running theme now, isn't it? But no, I actually genuinely can't wait to go around Liverpool with you, Adam. And we've got to hit up Rivington as well. We'll see if we can get Neil involved also. That would be good. But yeah, folks, I think I said I was ending this stream about half an hour ago, didn't I? But I was catching up with the comments. And just as I'm about to leave, James pops up with his cucumber. All right, James, you rampant lion, you. I think James has definitely reviewed Persistence as Utile, but I'm not sure if it was a more recent version, because he popped up when I was searching for the beer on YouTube. But yeah, James, I think I haven't watched your review when you did it, but I'd imagine you really liked that. And I will actually be adding that to the Watch Later playlist, which is starting to grow a little bit too much. Not to the fact where I had 4,000 videos in my Watch Later playlist, which I just had to just do a blanket removal of all of them. It annoys me that I can't keep up with a Watch Later playlist sometimes. It just annoys me, right? Why don't YouTube with their Watch Later playlist? It's a great concept. But why don't they automatically, or why can't you set it to automatically remove videos from a playlist when you've watched them? Those are the big questions that we need to ask. But yeah, bitter chocolate number 2. Yeah, it's this one as well. This is gorgeous. And I'm drinking it now. And my nose is getting bunged up for no reason. I'm drinking it now, and I'm getting like it's such a specific flavour. But I remember I mistakenly picked up drinking chocolate from my local sort of like Eastern European supermarket. It's sort of tasting like that specific drinking chocolate. Don't know what the name is, and I ended up throwing out because it was so rich. But anyway, don't know why I told you that. That was really pointless. I remember it being toastier than expected, but it was a beast. I'm actually, the toastiness is a little bit subtle for me on this one. It definitely plays its part in the drinking experience, but I think that bitter chocolate and coffee are just beautifully blending together. And that, I mean, I know they've said who the provider of the coffee was, but I'd actually like to know which chocolatier that they've worked with on this one, because you can't beat posh chocolate sometimes. Although I'm going to say it now, put it all on the line. Galaxy chocolate is just chef's kiss. Is it ethically sourced? I don't know. Don't care. I do, because I don't want people to get exploited. But yeah, I'm going to actually end it there now, because my throat is starting to dry from talking. I just want to say massive. I've done it again. I've already thanked people. Thank them at the start of the video. I've already thanked people when I was supposed to be ending the video, but I'm going to thank you all again. I raise you, Carl Fraser from Finland. You'll receive some with your Swedish beer. Oh, very nice. I need to actually start putting some beers together for you as well. But I'm sure we can. Well, mind you, close to the time, I could always pick up some stuff that you really want to get hold of. Save it just being gathering dust until we inevitably get to meet up again. But yeah, sounds good to me. Anyway, folks, thanks again for watching this evening. Thank you to the people who are watching this on the playback. Massive thank you to people who've been watching all of the coffee beer reviews this week. If you've not seen them all, then you're more than welcome to go watch them on my YouTube. You don't have to, but if you want to, the option is there. A lot of them are really rambly, messy, long streams, but that's what people want, apparently. Plus, I get more viewers that way. But yeah, massive thank you to everyone who's watched, contributed, commented. Massive thank you to James Rothwell for picking like 90% of the beers that we were drinking this week. Yeah, I've really enjoyed doing these live streams. It's been giving me something to look forward to in the evenings. Although I still think I've wasted a week's worth of holidays this week. Do you know what I mean? I probably should have just done like a couple of days, because I do think we're going to have some bit more free movement, and not as far away as people expect. I've got a feeling I'm going to be, for once, pleasantly surprised. Although, that being said, I don't want to be one of those people who just instantly flocks to a drinking venue once restrictions are lifted. I haven't been the best behaved, I'm not going to lie, on some of the previous lockdowns. Never really put anyone in risk, though. I've always been as careful as you possibly can be. But yeah, I just don't want to instantly go, oh, I could actually go to places now. Let's go to Manchester. I do want to try and be a little bit calm, reserved. But yeah, I actually can't wait. Can't wait to be able to drink with people who I care about and meet new people. And do you know what? This has been a really good experience doing these live streams, and to the point where I actually want to pay for StreamYard so I can do live reviews more regularly. It's killing time, even though we're all wishing the time away, aren't we? At the moment, but I'd rather spend it doing something fun and interesting, and I hope you guys find these streams interesting as well. Anyway, so yeah, that was a bit of a change of plan for tonight, but since it's Cloudwater's 6th birthday, and we've got a Cloudwater beer and an absolute banger of a beer, I might add, I thought it was a little bit more fitting to end with this. So go check out Cloudwater, unless you've been living under a rock. If you have, I bet it's actually been really nice not having to get daily updates of how shit the world is. But how good would it have been being one of those Japanese soldiers who still thought the war was going on when they were in the rainforests? That came across a little bit more racially insensitive than it should have. I do apologise. Anyway, last couple of comments. German, yes, we have to go to Germany, James. That was supposed to be German collabs. Well, we'll go to Germany as well. And I think Rob will be coming with us. Yeah, it's going to be good. Going to be good. And it's going to be so much more rewarding because of the amount of time we've not been able to do stuff. But yes, we need to get that started. And I've got to be on the lookout for those beers because I've already drank the 2 Schlenkerla ones that we had, because you have to wait till September because you've got those bottles back at home, haven't you? But yeah, so look out for some streams with me and James looking at some German beers. As I said, Craig Sooner might be doing a live stream tonight. I'm not sure if the Cloudwater stream is still going, but thank you to anyone who's picked this over Cloudwater. Don't know why you would, because there's much more interesting people on that panel than just me sat in front of a camera. And yeah, so we end Coffee Birthday Beer Week on a very, very high note. In fact, I would say this has probably been the best beer of the week, with Slumber being a very, very, very close second. In terms of coffee character, Slumber is, I wouldn't say clear winner, because the coffee character in this is absolutely marvellous as well. But yeah, I've had some really good stuff this week, and I'm glad you were here to experience it with me. Anyway, I shall bid you all a farewell. I'll let you get on with your evenings. Deutschland, Deutschland, trinken alles. Jawohl, Herr Rampant Lion. Anyway, massive, massive thank you once again. I'm going to actually end the stream now. And yeah, look out for more live videos from me in the future. See you later, guys. Take care. Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening or Sunday afternoon, whenever you're watching this. Could be Wednesday when you're watching this. Just enjoy the rest of your day, no matter when or where you're watching this. See you guys later. And thanks again for joining me.